Hello, I'm Dr. Kim Duramo, and I want to welcome you to the MindBody TV Chill Summer Series. We created this series to assist you moving through anxiety, stress, depression throughout the summer so you enjoy your summer, have as much freedom and well-being as possible. So I put together some of my favorite MindBody TV episodes specifically addressing anxiety and depression. And if you would like to go further with this, we have created the MindBody solution for anxiety and depression as an option to go deeper. We've had immense success with this program, with many individuals getting off medications for anxiety and depression. And we have added, if you already own this particular program, you'll want to check it out again because we've added several bonuses right now. The link to purchase the program is at drkimd.com/anxiety. And we've added, I'm going to just share some of the specifics because they're really, really powerful pieces we put in there as bonuses. So there is the audio for self-esteem to resolve loneliness, insecurity, and fear. This is a major sort of underlying energy that creates that sort of like background level, generalized anxiety and depression. The joy and freedom meditation, which is, I've had so many people tell me that absolutely like gave them an up level in their baseline of joy, freedom, well-being. So really powerful audio. An audio to release anxiety, fear, and stress, and another audio to release depression and fatigue. So these are all really powerful bonuses we put into the MindBody solution for anxiety and depression. It's really 2 programs in one. So check it out if you have struggled with anxiety and or depression. There's a couple other pieces I put in there that are massive. Sleep has been found to be a major issue a lot of people are struggling with. So there's an audio for enhancing sleep to awaken refreshed, joyful, and at peace. This is a way to like repattern your nervous system to do the work for you. So that's another bonus that's in the MindBody solution for anxiety and depression. We also have a whole piece on how to use EFT for anxiety. This was massive for me. I've shared this with many younger adults who were experiencing severe anxiety, who no longer needed therapy. They were able to reverse this because they were able to do EFT tapping on themselves. Breathing to end anxiety, and then there's a bonus call with the MindBody mentors. That's a recording that you'll have as well. So if you haven't checked out the MindBody solution for anxiety and depression, it's at drkimd.com/anxiety. If you have, revisit it again because you're going to love these new bonuses that we put in. All right, enjoy your episode for this week's MindBody TV Chill Summer Series, and I'll see you in a bit. There, hello everyone. Welcome to MindBody TV. Let's make sure actually that's there. You can hear me okay? Hold on. All right. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Welcome everyone to MindBody TV. I'm Dr. Kim Duramo. I am going to be sharing today about using EFT meridian tapping, which is one of the tools I found to be really, really powerful for healing, for connecting with the body, for establishing harmony and peace. And that's what underlies all healing. Specifically, we'll use it today for anxiety and panic. Welcome to everyone who's here live. I would love to hear where you're tuning in from. And hello to everybody who is listening to the recording. Hi to everyone in Instagram as well. So for those of you who don't know me, I am a physician who's sharing about mind-body medicine, about how the body heals itself, how we activate this, how the mind and body are connected, and really a much deeper perspective on what's really happening with chronic illness that's not getting better no matter what we do. I want to make sure you guys can hear me okay, because I'm using a different microphone. So hello, Sharon from Michigan, Amanda, Bonnie from Virginia, Rita from British Columbia. Awesome. Hi, Jen.
Great to see you. Joe from UK. All right, Nicole, hello, it's great to see you. Oh my gosh, stuck in bed. I've been so sick. Well, this will be really helpful to nurture your system. Awesome. All right, I'm going to give a few minutes for everyone to get here before we get digging into things. Ruth from Spain, great to hear you. Hello, Candace from Buffalo. Rebecca from Virginia. Great, great, great. Hello, DK. Awesome. Beautiful. Sally from Illinois. All right, so let's get ourselves started. The first thing I wanted to share about in this episode of MindBody TV is why we have panic and anxiety to begin with. What is keeping so many people in this constant, near constant state of anxiety, like tipping into severe panic intermittently, and how this is linked to chronic disease that doesn't get better no matter what you do. Really interesting connection when you look at things physiologically. So what happens in the brain when we're triggered into this anxiety and panic is it turns up the dial in the amygdala, the center in the brain that monitors, are we in danger? Am I safe? Do I need to gear up? And sends the signal to all of the body to, put blood into the muscles so you can run really fast and sprint if you need to, run from the tiger. Changes the brain functioning so you're really uber focused, like where's the next tree? That's all I need to know. It brings blood away and energy away from digestion, detoxification, elimination, big picture thinking, awareness, clarity of that type. And it really dramatically changes everything in our physiology. Now, this is great for 20 seconds, maybe 2 minutes to get yourself out of danger and get to safety. And then we sort of like turn it off. We're no longer in fight or flight. We go back into the restorative phase, which is where we're meant to live like 90 to 99% of our lives. When we're in this restorative phase, what we've seen in current science is that that's where healing happens. That's where inflammation decreases. The body goes back and restores itself. We have powerful detoxification. Elimination can happen where, you eat what you're going to eat, and absorption of the nutrients and release of everything that is not needed. This happens naturally. Also a powerful rebalancing for your immune system. So tons of energy goes to clearing bacteria, viruses, pathogens. Things like Lyme disease, Epstein-Barr virus do not become chronic and can't clear from the body when we allow this state. So the body stays in ideal health. It's also really important to understand that in this restorative phase, which is called the relaxation response, this is where our brain can perceive solutions. We have awareness. We can think clearly. We're in serenity. We make choices that are really healthy for us. And we can see the bigger picture of like, no, that doesn't fit for me. I'm just going to let that go. Or, ooh, yes, that's right for me. I'm going to go in that direction and move accordingly. We're more aligned with our wisdom. We are guided. The problem that's happening in our society right now, most people are living in fight or flight almost all of the time. So not just from the media and you got to do this, you can't do that. Oh my gosh, look what's happening. Constantly being bombarded with fear messages, which has happened like for decades and decades. This has nothing to do with just this year. This is not new. That's always been the way it's driven, right? We know more people are going to watch if it's sensationalized, but obviously this has become a really big problem because we're tuning into that thinking that's real life. That's what's happening. That's what I need to know, when it actually isn't. So the more we tune into this, the more it keeps our brain on the cycle of fear. Oh no, I got to worry about that. I got to worry about this. What else is there that I don't even know that I need to worry about? And we tune into a different frequency. This is very, very detrimental to our health because we've seen every single major chronic illness most people are dying from today has this underlying inflammatory physiology at its core, at its start. Diabetes, heart disease, cancer, overweight and obesity, and of course, anxiety and panic. Now, in my field, what I'm doing in medicine has to do with these chronic illnesses of chronic pain syndromes, autoimmune illness, chronic fatigue syndrome, brain fog. In fact, we are finishing up the MindBody solution for chronic fatigue and brain fog this week. So we'll be launching that very soon. But these are major, major things that are eating up so many people's lives. And then it's like, no matter what I do, this isn't getting better. How do I repattern my brain, my physiology to a new baseline? And that's what we're going to do in today's session. Hello, Rebecca from the Netherlands. Awesome. Norma, 90 degrees in Florida. Oh, good. This timing could not be better. Hello, Melissa. Thank you for being here. Hello, Anne, Katerina, Luisa. Awesome. Great. Purnima from Dubai. Beautiful. Anna. Okay, so we've talked about why so many people are in this panic anxiety. And then it's like everything happening, whether it's like something happened to my kid, we're handling it from fight or flight, or it's I have something going on with my body. We're handling it from fight or flight. This is not meant to be the place where we find solutions. This is the place where we escape the tiger and then we get back to our regularly scheduled program. So it's really, really important to learn how to turn this off and come back into a restorative state. So that's what we're going to do today, and we'll use some EFT tapping to do that as well. So the first thing I always share with people, because this is what I do, this is the easiest thing, this is something really for me to keep myself in that state of harmony, which creates health all the time. And that is to shift your awareness. When we're in fight or flight, where our awareness goes on what's out there. Where's the threat? Where's the tiger? Where's the tree? How far do I need to run? How fast do I need to go? All our attention goes out there. When we're in harmony, much more of our attention is in here. And that relaxation response that patterns the nervous system to create and restore health. In this state, we are more aware of what's happening in here. Not with the searching, hunting, where's the threat? And now putting it into me. What do I feel? Why do I have that pain? Oh no, is it cancer? Don't project the fear inside. Instead, just notice. Notice, witness, and breathe. This is the surest way to repattern our brain, our nervous system, our signaling from the amygdala, and the chemistry in our body, which will change and shift when we do this. So first, start by relaxing your shoulders. And for those of you who don't know the instant elevation technique, this is a version of it we're going to do now. The instant elevation program is something I've created to way expand on this, but keep it simple. Keep yourself connected. A, B, C. So A is the first part. Bring your awareness to your body. So relax your shoulders. Soften, which is like the last thing we want to do when we're in fight or flight and we think there's a threat. Soften anyway. It will give you more clarity, more awareness, and more energy to actually take care of the quote problem. So don't think, people will say to me, but what if there really is a problem? And they think they need to be hyper alert to handle it. And if they come into this softer, more restorative state, that they're going to miss it. That is a big fat lie. It is not true. It is not how your body works. You're not actually being chased by a tiger, so you do not need to mobilize all your energy around this, even if there's something to deal with. So first things first, relax your shoulders, notice your body. And then you can share with me when you soften, what do you notice? Does the fear increase? Because it might actually increase. When we hold tension, we feel less. We have so much resistance in the body, it suppresses what we feel. But that is not what you want. That is not what will actually create what you're going for. It will do the opposite. So soften your body, but you may actually feel things more as you begin to do this. That's okay. Stay present and notice. So awareness. You can do a little body scan where you bring your awareness from your head to your throat, to your chest, down to your belly, down to your core, your hips, pelvis, your legs and feet. Good. Regina says, I seem to feel utter sadness or fear. Good. Notice. Just breathe. The second part of this, I notice more muscle tension, but lighter. Good. Woo la la. I've been working through this already. Good. Perfect. So start there. The more you practice it, the more it repatterns your brain. So that's A. That's the most important piece, because when we begin to become aware, everything will shift, right? So not aware with, I have this problem, I have to fix it. Aware with just pure awareness. Soften and notice. The second part is B, you're going to shift your breathing. So you may notice your breath is up in the upper shoulders, up in the neck. This will cause neck pain, tension, back pain, headaches. It will dramatically increase anxiety and panic. So soften your shoulders. You can even touch your body and kind of just like rub that out. Let your body know, body, you can let this go. And now breathe your breath all the way down to your belly. What you'll notice when you soften your shoulders is the breath will automatically come down deeper into the belly, meaning it's filling the lower lung fields. When we're in anxiety and panic, we are always in fight or flight breathing. We're using accessory muscles of respiration, so these neck muscles, shoulder and back muscles, to breathe more air into the upper lungs. This increases alertness, increases tension, increases everything I said with that fight or flight response. Fuel the muscles, shunt the blood away from the digestion, from all the organs that are involved with healing and rebalancing. So you don't want that. We want the opposite. So soften your shoulders, let your body know, body, we're okay. I promise you it will give you more clarity and power, not less, to actually take care of yourself. So as you soften the shoulders, the breath will come into the belly. This allows, so now you're using your diaphragm. This is the muscle down here at the bottom of the rib cage. That's the primary muscle of respiration. So you're turning off all of these secondary muscles, accessory muscles of respiration. You want to let that relax and use the primary muscle of respiration. This dramatically triggers healing. It's been shown to ignite the restoration, relaxation response that we've seen so many truly miraculous things with healing be initiated in the body, right? So reversal of cancer, reversal of that immune imbalance and inflammation. So reversing autoimmune disease, decreasing pain in the body, because it's going to shift the way your neurohormones are being triggered and sending all of the signals to those pain receptors. It's going to rebalance this. You increase endorphins, you increase oxytocin, a lot of really yummy, good things happening in the body. So the second part, let the breath come into the belly. Let your shoulders relax. The third part is C. So awareness, breathing, and conscious choice. So now I can look. And for me, the biggest thing with C is what else is possible here? I start thinking with my wisdom instead of thinking with the programming. The programming is, oh no, I have to do this. I have to do that. I'm not okay. It's going to look for the problem. But what you focus on expands. This is in your cells. Your cells are listening. And they're either saying, things aren't okay. We need to generate inflammation, right? We need to shut down healing and focus on mobilization. That's not what is going to help you. It's not what's going to create health, especially with all these major long-term chronic illnesses, pain, fatigue that aren't real. There's like, oh, there's no answer for this. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. I've got to run. I've got to escape. It's not okay. Now I have 800 things I need to do. No. You have to do A and B before C, because otherwise your choice is going to come from fear. And guess what it will create? More stuff to fear, more problems. All right. Oops. I guess we're having a problem in YouTube, but we'll figure out what we need to do here. Okay, so I let out a noise and that helps. Yes, so express the energy. How does it want to be expressed? If you had a sound, what would be the sound for what you feel, for what you sense? It is infinitely more beneficial to express it than to suppress it. Better out than in. Good. Someone in Facebook. Wow, this is amazing. Something just clicked in me after 3 years. That is very, very common when we do this work. And the reason is when we do A and B, you got to drop into your body, right? A, awareness. Here I am. Body, how you doing? B, shift your breathing. It shifts your physiology. It shifts your brain state. And now you can see clearly. Everything is different. So if I'm saying what I'm saying, right? Everything I've said, watch any of my videos, but you're in fight or flight, you really won't hear because you won't feel it. It can't come through. It's like it puts up a big barrier in your system that blocks out wisdom, blocks out your own wisdom. And that's why so many people are in like layers upon layers upon layers of 20 illnesses with 30 medications, of all kinds of problems. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough time. People don't love me. My relationships are falling apart. That's why it gets more and more and more convoluted. It's because we're trying to function in these brain states that are not designed to be our normal state. Good, Nicole. Softening increases everything. Yep. So it will increase, whatever might be there. That's the anxiety that actually will come up to release. So it's like drink lots of water, take lots of breath. It will release. Fabienne, it's nice to hear you talk about frequencies. Everything has a frequency. Yes, 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 yes. Physically, emotionally, and financially. Yes, everything is energy. And that's what we see scientifically when we look at like, what is the body? Okay, we got these molecules, we got these cells, we got these hormones, we have neurotransmitters, different organs, but when we really look closer with the science and technology we have now, it kind of shows what's been known for thousands and thousands of years in other ancient cultures, that we are pure energy. So we are affected by the thoughts we hold, the emotions we hold, what's around us very, very directly, meaning our cells will secrete different hormones or rebalance new neural network connections in our body, depending on the frequency and consciousness we're in. Kyle Boyd, express it versus suppress it. I love that. Thank you, Dr. Kim. Thank you, Kyle Boyd. You are awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Kyle's from the Quantum Healing Collective, which is an amazing group. Allie K, panicking about finances. I recently took a step of faith and rejected a job that wasn't a fit. So good. Are you willing to trust your knowing and continue to move in that space? Because it will open up whatever it was that you knew, like, nope, this is not for me. Stay on there. What happens is people will say, oh, I must have done the wrong thing because it didn't go the way I wanted. Like we think, if I don't take that job, tomorrow's the day something else is going to show up to show me I was right. Well, don't require it to happen in your timing. If you're willing to know what you know, like, boom, I know in my bones, this is not a fit, and I'm just going to let myself know that and move in this direction. Keep knowing that even when it doesn't look the way you thought it was going to look, because the anxiety pattern will come back in and go, wait a minute, you said it's not okay for you to settle down and be abundant and be safe. Are you sure you want to go that way? It's a really scary world out there. You should stay in fear, right? And then you have a choice. Go back to panic and fear. What did that get me? Right? But do A and B first, because otherwise you're going to buy into the delusion of fear because you're on the frequency of fear instead of on the frequency of your knowing. Okay, good. Melissa Ballin, we're okay. We're okay. And that's a really helpful thing when like anxiety and panic comes up. I used to have severe anxiety, panic disorder. It was a nightmare. And I had to learn, this was, no, I couldn't say 20 years ago because it must be like 30 years ago. I didn't have anyone who could have told me like a breathing technique. That just wasn't even in wasn't in the collective. But I learned that my breath would affect how my body responded. Was it reactive and triggered, or was it like, well, I got this, we're okay? So I learned to breathe the way we're sharing here. I learned to Just touch my body. If you touch your body skin on skin, it increases oxytocin, increases endorphins. Your body will feel more calm. So when you feel the fear and anxiety, or what Ali said, I rejected this job that didn't feel right, and now there's no other prospects I can see. So just tell your body, it's okay. We got this. We're getting on a new channel. We're getting on the ease, joy, health, abundance channel. It's okay for us to let go of the fear, lack channel, and your body will cellularly release it. So we can see the Institute of Heart Math has a lot of research about this with the frequency of your body. We can look at the electromagnetic frequency of your body, which we can measure like 8 to 10 feet away from your physical body because it's emitted from your body. It's electrical magnetic information. This actually increases in frequency when you embrace the fear and breathe anyway. Good. I can't feel my abdomen. Good. Sylvia. So when we first do this, you're not going to feel or maybe even mechanically be able to breathe into the belly. Soften your shoulders anyway. Let your body recalibrate and let your brain begin to start to register this sensation. Don't get, because this is what the fear does. I don't feel anything. I don't feel anything. I must be doing it wrong. So just look, wait a minute. Let's get here anyway. Let's see what happens. Slow your breathing. Your brain will actually recalibrate and begin to register information that was blocked out. Information like, what does it feel like in my belly and pelvis right now? Also, it can recalibrate the tension you're holding in your body. So it can let go of the tension in the upper neck and shoulders, and it can actually release the belly so you breathe more fluidly. Melissa Vallon, wow. Good. Okay, energy stuck in the throat. Good, good, good. Floaters. Yeah, you might go through a little phase of noticing all sorts of things. Be willing to breathe through that to let things recalibrate and rebalance and see where you are. Gratitude for a shared safe space to experience ways to release. Awesome. Oh, good question, Paola. Sometimes I tell myself it's okay to feel what I feel, but it's like my body doesn't want to feel it. It feels wrong to feel. And if my body does allow it that time, it happens again. Yet when we resist, what we resist persists. So it's like you've got these little nuggets in the body and they're coming up for attention. And you're like, no, get back down. No, get back down. No, get back down. They're going to come up again because they didn't go anywhere. So it's like a temporary release, which is what most people are doing in medicine, is like a temporary escape from my pain versus an actual resolution, which is what allows health and resolution of disease. So if we instead invite what we're sensing, which like you're saying, I don't want to feel it. I don't want to feel it. It's not the body that doesn't want to feel it. It's the programming. It's the mind. It's the judgment that this is bad. This is unsafe. It's not okay to feel what I feel. So just 5 breaths, right? Like just a little clearing, if you filter out the pool, just 5 breaths to filter out whatever's coming up. Relax the shoulders, let the breath come into the belly. And if you can, just soften. You'll feel the breath come through. Exhale, just let it go. That's 1. Do it again, right? Oh, I notice I'm feeling this. Yes, breathe in. Yes, breathe out. Oh, there's this thought that I shouldn't do this. It's not safe. Yes, breathe in, right? Just a thought. Yes, breathe out. Be curious. What's here? When we're curious and we open, we can let awareness in and we let energy move through instead of get suppressed where it's going to come up again. So feel into that to just see if you can let, my body's not allowing me to feel. It's not that your body's not allowing you to feel. It's actually that it's new information registering, and you've got to create a little bit of willingness through that recalibration phase to let the brain begin to pick up new information. Yes, woo la la. And then the waves of sadness moved through me and I just released it. Good, 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 good. Oh, this is so helpful. Awesome. All right. So I want to introduce, or for those of you who've been watching the broadcast for a while, repeat some EFT tapping. This has been a really, really useful way to let that recalibration happening, meaning the brain starts to shift and change. Our brain is neuroplastic, meaning it can morph and change, and we have new brains, new brain alignment, new ways of networking and connecting those neural cells. This is what allows us to really see the world in a whole new way that we never imagined was possible. It's because the brain can shift and open, and all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute, why don't I just do that? Why didn't I think of that before? We can't have new awareness and solutions when we're in the old frequency of tension, suppression, fight or flight. So this is really, really necessary. And that's why the first thing that I will share is the ABC. We've got to get out of fight or flight before any of this is going to be let in, right? Because it's like a big wall of protection. Okay, so in EFT, we just gently tapping on the meridian points. Start with the karate chop point, which is the outer edge of the pinky side of the hand. And then we go to the main points. Now, if you just gently tap with me on the inner eye point, which is like the inner eyebrow, breathe in, breathe out. We'll move to the outer eye point. And all you need to do is basically feel and sense the body like we did with awareness, right? Hi, body. How are you? How are you, body? Bring your attention to your body. Underneath the eye on the bony ridge, one side or both sides. Doesn't matter. And then just slowly breathing in. Keep the shoulders relaxed. Slowly breathing out. Breathing triggers attacks for me. Yes, that's what happens when we do the fight or flight breathing. So if you just slowly let the belly expand and keep the shoulders relaxed underneath the nose, it's a very different signal to the nervous system. Slow your breathing. Don't go as deep, Nicole. You're forcing it. On the chin, inhaling, relax your shoulders. Let it come to you, right? Because breathing can be like conscious or unconscious. It can happen voluntary or involuntary. So let more of it be involuntary. Your body will breathe you. Okay, so we're just gently tapping the points under the collarbone. Let everything go. Tisby said, I always think when I breathe out negative energies underneath the arm, they're going out to other people. Where is it actually going? There is no such thing as negative and positive. There's repression, resistance. I don't want to feel this. And there's I allow all of this fully. Top of the head. When I exhale and let everything release, I'm in allowing. Top of the head, just gently tap. I allow everything to release fully. It's just energy. Okay, now breathing in. Breathing out. Letting the body do what it's doing and relax. Okay. Now, when I notice what you feel, just with the tapping, are there any questions? We're going to do a little bit deeper tapping, specifically on anxiety and panic, and specifically to come out of fight or flight into presence. So Gail said, I broke my back a year ago in a boating accident. I do my exercises every day. I follow the medical medium. And if I sit too long, I still have the pain. I'm hoping to add your thoughts, and I do believe. So, and this is one of the things I go deeper into in the MindBody solution for chronic fatigue and brain fog, which is really for anyone with a chronic illness that's not getting better no matter what you do. When we look at just the physical, like this is my physical body, my physical back, the physical, whatever happened in your back, if there was like a strain or a fracture, here's the physical thing. We are locking ourselves into the physical, which is really like the teeny little tip of the iceberg compared to the massivity of everything that is the energetic, the frequency, emotions, thoughts, beliefs, memories, how I feel about myself. Do I identify that I'm this age and I'm this person and I have to do this? And we get really into the identity. A lot of these things will factor into what's happening physically, cellularly in these deeper levels in keeping illness in place. Okay. Lots of yawning, Sharon. Awesome. This is very typical with EFT because energy is moving through the body. Good. Facebook from the Netherlands. I love your work. I've recovered from serious chronic illness because of the knowledge of the fight and flight and how to stop it. Your body can heal. Awesome. Yes, woo la la. Spirit keeps saying allowing or allow. Now I'm getting it more. Good, Christine. I did have a cool experience with Tonglen practice. This is a really beautiful practice of breathing out what we want to receive, breathing in. You breathe in the pain, you breathe out peace. And like we talked about a minute ago, wait, that's negative energy. I don't want to breathe it in. It's actually just, I welcome this without resistance. When we're in negative positive, we're like, I don't want to breathe in the negative energy. I got to get rid of this. We stay in duality. We stay in fight and flight. We stay in struggle. I got to fight the disease. Anybody who's tried hard to be positive and think like that's going to get you anywhere, it might take you a while to figure it out, but it's just going to keep you in struggle. So when we finally realize, which is one of the things Tonglen meditation will teach our system, is when I release the resistance to like the bad thing, I find my power. Because I'm not in fight and flight anymore. I'm not in the war and the struggle. That's what's creating the illness. So very, very powerful. Cecilia from Argentina. Gail, thanks. I'm much better. My goal is back to perfection. Awesome. All right. So let's do a little bit of tapping specifically for anxiety and panic. So we start in the outer karate chop point. Now that we just went through the points, you might feel a little more relaxed in your body. Whatever you're feeling is fine. So you repeat after me out loud or to yourself, even though there's all this anxiety. I choose to love myself fully. Good, just tapping gently, even though there's so much anxiety, panic, fear. Let yourself breathe. I choose to be at peace now. Even though I'm not okay as I am, I have to fight and struggle against this. I choose to open to new awareness now. Good, Cecilia. I can't seem to get it. It's exactly where we're going. So embrace. I can't seem to get it. Inner eye. I can't seem to get it. Perfect. Outer eye. I'm still in so much anxiety and fear. Under the eye. Everything I'm holding in my body. Under the nose. I have to fight. How can I let this go? Good. On the chin. Anxiety, panic, fear. Under the collarbone. I don't know how to do it any other way. Under the arm. The old programming. Good. Make any sounds you want when you breathe. Top of the head. Staying in control. Inner eye. I have to control this. It's not okay. Outer eye. Surrendering would mean I lose. Under the eye. I'm so scared. Yes, you can do EFT when you're lying down, but it's good to sit up and keep the spine aligned, whatever's best for you. Under the nose. I want it to be different. On the chin. I don't want to be here. Under the collarbone with all this fear and anxiety. Under the arm. What would it take for me to allow something new? On top of the head, I'd have to soften So my body releases what's here. Let everything go. Ah, good. Yawning is really good. Joe, I notice when I go in slow motion, making an effort to slow my breath, movements, thoughts, it feels yummy. Why does it take so long to figure that out and keep it up? Well, I've decided to let my body be my feedback system. And when my body's like, tension, fear, whoa, that's not going to work. What do I do? I don't see a way out. I remember, wait a minute. And then I just take a deep breath and let everything go. Because the world is not as I see it. When I'm in fight or flight, it's like looking through a tiny little, teensy little pinhole instead of like the whole panoramic. So you're seeing, okay, what you're seeing is true, what you're seeing is real. Yeah, but you're seeing it through this tiny little pinhole that doesn't let all the information in. So you see like, oh no, this is a problem. But if you take a breath and soften, shift that state, all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, this is not a problem at all. It takes care of itself. And this is what happens in the body. This is how the body heals itself. You have to allow it because it's going to reflect the consciousness that you're in. And if you're in, the body's going to clamp down, get inflamed, tense up, hold fight or flight. You can't see anything. And then it actually creates all kinds of problems. So then you stay in the problem solving, right? Got a problem. I got to keep going. So if you ever think, all right, I'll handle that after I get this thing managed, pause and go, wait a minute. Is that even true? What if I embrace peace now? What if I soften my body now? Everything will shift. Now, it doesn't always happen instantaneously. The more sensitive you get and adept you get, you will feel the instantaneous shift. That's why I call it the instant elevation technique. Energetically, you have shifted instantly. Period. The end. We can see this. We can measure this scientifically. But do you sense it? Do you feel it? Do you see it? That has everything to do with where you're putting your attention. Good. I love that. Let your body be your feedback system. Oh, Joanne, since my loved one died, I have this big feeling in my chest, tension, pressure. I actually did, was it last week or the week before it was last week, to move grief. Same thing as we're doing here. Invite it up. Breathe right into that space. And let that be what's breathing. Give it all your breath. Let yourself go into that grief so the energy can move. Cecilia, can you do special EFT for rheumatoid arthritis? Yes, absolutely. And the MindBody solution for chronic fatigue and brain fog, there are very specific EFT sessions we'll do that release what's underlying autoimmune disease. What would it take for me to allow something new? Sari, I feel very deeply that the old behavior, anxiety and fatigue is not serving me, that I'm ready to move into a higher truth, but I'm still in anxiety. Good. Let's tap a little more specifically around that. Paige, I'm in a doctor's waiting room and somebody I keep sharing holistic outlet. And when I go in, I'll still be, I don't understand what this means. Beautiful young people. I love what you're doing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Beautiful. Paige, you're beautiful. All right. I love how you explain everything. Great. Thank you, Sharon. All right. So let's go a little deeper into, and I want to hear from you. How did that land? What do you notice in your body now? What came up during the tapping? Trisha, will it help with food sensitivities? Yes, 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 yes. We have seen that food sensitivities and the way specifically the autonomic nervous system shuts down digestion, even like the tight links between the cells of our digestive system get weak. And so you get what's called leaky gut, where it's not like a solid, secure, strong barrier where the cells, let in nutrients and kind of let out everything else. It gets leaky. So stuff just seeps into the body and we generate this massive amount of inflammation. And then there's sensitivity to certain foods because the immune system, which lines the gut, is now exposed to those antigens, those whole proteins, instead of only seeing the broken down proteins, which are the parts that make the proteins, the amino acids, and it wouldn't trigger an immune response against those. So when it sees those whole proteins, it's like, ding, 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 we have an invader, we have to react. And now food, which be healthy for you, broken down, you ingest the food, it gets broken down in something you can absorb, is actually being exposed to the body in a kind of pathologic way. So this is a really, really important part of allowing the integrity of the digestive lining, allowing the integrity of the immune system, allowing the integrity of the endocrine system, and of course, allowing the integrity of the nervous system. So tapping and the work that I'm doing in mind body medicine has all been shown to have this powerful impact very directly. All right. Will this help for extreme fatigue and feeling no life force energy? That is exactly what we're doing. Does EFT work for eczema? Yes. In fact, someone had really severe psoriasis and they just posted in the Mind Body community yesterday. And if you look at the picture at first glance, you're like, well, they're both really red. But if you zoom in and actually look at that picture, you see the healthy skin is there. On the after photo, and the other one's like a really beefy red hot. If you zoom in, it's just all red, severe psoriasis. So what she's done is harmonized her immune system, endocrine system, like allowed it to shift so it's not so reactive and creating that sensitivity. Ooh la la, sadness is rolling through me. Oops, sorry about that. Sadness is rolling through me and lets me know that it's been trapped in there. I don't feel it completely. I just feel it moving through, if that makes sense. Yes. Awesome. Beautiful. Celery helps with that. And detoxing copper. Yeah, there are lots of physical things you can do to help the physical detoxification. But if you're not allowing the energetic release, it's very, very limited. Like you drink all the celery juice in the world and you're like, why aren't I healing? There's a lot that needs to be unleashed that's keeping illness in place. Beautiful. Okay, so a little bit more tapping for extreme fatigue. We've got severe anxiety. All right, migraines. Yes. Okay, so inner eye, all these underlying symptoms. Just repeat after me. Outer eye, the physical stuff, it's not going anywhere. Under the eye, all this resistance. Under the nose, everything I'm holding, known and unknown. On the chin, the idea, it has to be specific to the physical thing. Someone's asking about EFT for ligament tissue repair. Someone else was talking about rheumatoid arthritis. Someone's talking about fatigue. So just the idea, it has to be specific to the physical symptoms. Under the collarbone, in order to get rid of the physical symptoms. Good. Under the arm. What if I were willing to go deeper? On top of the head, into the experience I'm having now. Yeah, same thing, Ana Lucia. Chronic migraines, it's all of this. Inner eye, what if I were willing to feel what's in my body now? Outer eye, the fear. Under the eye, the need to know and have the answer now. Under the nose, because I need to escape. On the chin, I think I need to control it. Under the collarbone, in order to have what I need. Does one need to know the root cause of anxiety? Yeah, under the arm. I need to know what's the root cause. I have to know. On top of the head. What if I just get present? Inner eye, and tap to love myself more fully. Outer eye, body, I'm here. It's okay. Under the eye, to feel everything we're feeling now. under the nose, and to stay soft and breathe. On the chin. My presence is the healer. Under the collarbone, and lets everything there rebalance. This lets my tissue and ligaments repair for me. Top of the head, it lets the inflammation diffuse for me, because I don't have to be micromanaging the symptoms. Inner eye, it lets the tension release for me. Tension that can cause migraines, tension that prevents detoxification, and then I need all the celery juice, right? Outer eye, all the ways my body has not been working properly. Yeah, Robin. Under the eye, I have to stay vigilant. The idea, I have to stay vigilant. Under the nose, what if I'm willing to let go of this idea? On the chin, the idea, if I let fear go, I'll die. Breathe, and this is really big. Under the collarbone, like fear is what keeps me alive. Fear is needed. I have to have fear. It's freaking crazy, you guys. I know, but that's what the system is running on. Under the arm. So my system thinks it needs fear to live. This is the delusion that the collective has been in, you guys. This is the delusion of why we're trying to eat more fear, drink more fear, watch more fear, feed ourselves with fear. If I don't stay in fear, so repeat after me here, top of the head. If I don't stay in fear, I will die. Inner eye, what if this is the toxic belief? Outer eye, keeping me from my true wisdom. It's okay if you don't understand. Just let it in. Under the eye, that my body could be in balance. Under the nose. And things could be taken care of for me. On the chin, that if I live in ease and choose ease. Under the collarbone, my body is resilient, strong. Under the arm. What would it be like to loosen up around this conclusion? There's a lot of people are in this. If I let fear go, I'll die. This idea, I have to be in fear. I need fear. Fear is my life. Totally no. Top of the head. What if I soften around this conclusion? Yeah, Robin, I'm crying now. What if something much higher is actually true? Just breathe in, breathe out. Put your hands right on your heart and breathe. Tell in your heart, speak to your cells, speak to the space of your heart. Body, we can let this in. We can let go of everything we thought about fear. Good. Breathe in, breathe out. We can let go of everything we thought about what the body needs. Oh, good. We can let go of everything we thought about what we need to do. Right? We need to fix. We need to stay vigilant. We need to go. We can let go of everything we thought about how we need to be. Let everything go. Breathe out. Okay, see how you did with that. Let me know how that felt. Peachy said, this reminds me of how people are depicted slapping themselves to snap out of something. But speed is not always the answer. EFT healing seems optimal in the way that's slow, deliberate, and gentle. So my invitation for you, especially when it's anxiety and fear, tap to nurture the body. Just like you touch your body, skin on skin, body, it's okay. What we've seen cellularly is that the body can release these old crystallized fears, emotions, programs but it can't do it when we're trying, I gotta let go of the fear, right? So we're tapping, no, I gotta get out of fear. I want to feel better. Don't tap to feel better. Don't tap to make the problem go away. Tap to nurture yourself, and the problem will release 100% of the time. Awesome. Eyes watering. My body is strong. I'm smiling now. Good, good, good. And this is not like my ideas about stuff that's really good, but we have so much science to show this and demonstrate this. This is how the body works. There is a healing mechanism in the body. We can activate that to allow so much more. Someone in Facebook, wow, I never thought of releasing. Sorry about that. I never thought of releasing the fear from the collective. Awesome idea. Yeah, we're connected. You're going to feel people's fear. You'll feel it as your own, but you'll feel it to the degree that you've held that fear, that you haven't completely neutralized it, that you haven't completely allowed it to be as it is. So it's not like, this is everyone else's energy, I got to let it go. No, it's what's triggering you. What's triggering you is pointing out what still lives in you. So if you can be welcoming that instead of fighting against it, it will release. Quick question. I felt a huge shift. I felt better. Then bam, everything got really intense. This is very typical. Whenever we are suppressing. I want to escape it. I want to escape it. You've done so much to escape yourself, Nicole. And there's a lot of fear about how sensitive and awake your system is. And so if you learn to if you're driving a Learjet, you just let little micro degrees, micro adjustments, not like, oh, I'm jerking over here, right? So you've been really adamantly going for it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And there hasn't been a lot of softening. So every time I've seen this, it's when it's conditional. I'm going to do this thing. Oh, okay, I feel better. Good. I'm so glad I feel better. And then we swing to the opposite extreme. We're still in duality. So for me, what I've done to neutralize that is whenever I have that high, I notice, oh, is there still this little, but I hope it doesn't come back, hiding out in my system. And so I'll be in the space of whatever is the high or the lightness, and I'll actually welcome in the all. Part of me that wants to feel better, the part of me that hopes it doesn't come back, the part of me that's still in resistance. Because until you do that, you're just in a temporary escape. And Jessica Sullivan talked about that a lot when I did her interview. She had severe chronic Lyme disease and really healed and is just doing amazing after having had this temporary relief of her symptoms. But it was severe panic and anxiety that they come back. It was she suppressed her symptoms down and it was I hope this lasts. And that wasn't the same as what she experiences now being in wholeness. Awesome. Yep. It's ironic that my fear has been slowly killing me. Yeah. But it was nailed right on the head with Robin when she said that the idea, I have to stay in fear or I'll die. That is really the delusion. And if you really sit with that this week, you do some tapping on your own, right? The idea, I have to stay in fear. Our healing mechanism is not our fear mechanism. It's our survival mechanism is that fight or flight, right? But it's a very, very short-lived state. When we're in that for any extended period of time, it's completely and utterly toxic, deadly, not meant to be where we live. So see what you can do. Oh, thanks, Christine. Christine said, after participating in the Embracing Health program, I'm so much less in fight or flight of survival mode. It's a foreign feeling at first. For so long, I got my energy from being in fight or flight when I didn't know another way to live. Okay, you're nailing it on the head for why so many people are in chronic fatigue. It's the resistance to expansion, functioning in a higher way of I'm in ease. I receive from the universe. Life takes care of me. It's okay. When we're detoxing from fight and flight and living on the high of, I need another dopamine hit. It's the body's trying to recalibrate because it's toxic to live like that. I didn't know another way to live. I'm 57 and so grateful to have found a new, healthier way to live. That is awesome. For those of you who don't know my Embracing Health program, we're starting that again in June. We're actually in the end of May. For the June group. So that is at drkimd.com/health if you'd like more information. we do also have the MindBody solution for anxiety. For those who are suffering and on anxiety medication or having panic attacks, or you're in like severe chronic anxiety, this is a really, really powerful one. It's a home study course. You can do it on your own, but it's really powerful. A lot of people reported when we ran this live, got off antidepressants, got off anti-anxiety medications. Were able to no longer require therapy that they were having to go to all the time, because they were able to neutralize this energy and no longer be in that triggered fight or flight. So really, really powerful. That's at drkimd.com/anxiety. All right. Love you guys. Stay tuned. Be sure if you want to tune in to what we're doing that you're registered at drkimd.com or join the MindBody community on Facebook. We will be sharing some really powerful new stuff soon for the MindBody solution for chronic fatigue. Awesome. Thank you, Sally. Awesome. 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 Yeah. Christine said, I was very contracted and got diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome in 1990. Awesome. So thank you for sharing that, Christine. In the middle of tapping, I started crying and I thought, I don't need the tapping now. Yeah, when we release the energy, when you cross the river, you don't need the canoe. So it's not about the tapping. Don't cling to the tapping. Use whatever nurtures you into wholeness. Hello, Maura. Yes, we have to release the collective fear. It's pointing out what still lives in me. Yes. Good, Lindsay. What do I do with social anxiety? It's all the same thing. You can rewind if you weren't here earlier, but tap on what comes up in you. Physical sensations, the thoughts and ideas, and the emotions of what you're feeling in your body. So when in doubt, just go back to ABC, because the awareness, breathing, conscious choice, you've got to develop that body awareness. So just put your hand on your heart, say, hey, body, here I am. If that's all you do for the next week, that will move so much for your connection with yourself. All right. I love you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Awesome. I'll be here every week at 11 a.m. Mountain for MindBody TV, in the MindBody community in Facebook. We've also been broadcasting in Instagram too. So I will continue to do my best to connect with you guys this way. Love you. Bye.